Hi there, it's Meonicorn, and by today's video I want to start a new kind of videos on my channel where I can have a cup of coffee and chat with you about my random thoughts on books or random thoughts on not so book related stuffs, and also my life update. This is not a new kind of videos on booktube, but it's new to my channel because I always feel it's very difficult for me to explaining myself on camera, but I always admire people who get more personal on their channel, and I want to do that. So this video will be my first attempt to do that. And my cat is playing with my camera cover. That's not very good, so I took the cover here, and I hope you enjoy this video, and let's dive into it. So first, some housekeeping stuff. It is a little more than 10 days until my read-along for The Story of the Stone starts, so I'm still very excited about it. If you don't really know, I'm hosting a read-along for the most classic Chinese classic, The Story of the Stone by Cao Xueqin, starts from October the 1st, and we will read one chapter per day for the first 80 chapters of the book. So I will leave all the details down below. You still have time to join, and please join us. It will be such a wonderful time together, I think. And also, a lot of people have asked me about the translation of that book. So I wrote a little post about the English translation and also the Spanish translation in our Goodreads discussion group. So I will leave the post down below as well. Hopefully it can help you to decide like which book you want to get. And it is also my first time to read it in English, so I don't guarantee the translation is perfect. It's just based on my research. There are certain translations that I recommend. And speaking of October, October is very excited for me for another two YouTube related reasons. The first one is of course Victober, where I am going to participate again this year and reading some Victorian period literature. So there will be a TBR video for that coming later this month. And I just can't wait for Victober to start again this year. And another event on YouTube is called Inktober, where you attempting to drawing like in inks every day for 31 days in October. So this is more like the art side of YouTube. So I think most of you don't really know that I also have a art channel on YouTube. It is just called Meonicorn, and I have 0 videos on that channel. I set it up actually before my booktube channel, but I didn't have the guts to start my art tubing. Is that a word? So it still have like 0 videos on that channel, but I have 7 subscribers now. So I guess some of you must find the channel through my Bookish channel and subscribe to the 0 content art channel, which I really appreciate, and I want to start using that channel lately. So I really want to participate in Inktober as well, and maybe start with the art tubing thing, because I am trying to be an artist, so I have to put myself out there, I think. But I also have travel plans in October, so which make my schedule very jam-packed. I will be travel back to China again to celebrate my dad's birthday. But the good thing is because I'm travel back to home, so I don't need to do a lot of like the tourism, visiting places kind of thing. So hopefully I can stay at home and read and draw and yeah, accomplish some of my goals for October. So back to the book related things that I want to discuss with you today. It's something that I have been thinking about for about a month, and it's about reader's identity. Like I mentioned in my August wrap-up video, I have read Snap by Belinda Bauer, and this is a book that got longlisted on the Man Booker Prize this year, and it is the first mystery and crime novel that got longlisted there, like ever. So it started a lot of discussions here on BookTube, and for all of the discussions that I watched or I read is about how this book was bad and people are pissed off by it because people get mad that it got longlisted on Man Booker Prize. And the only person I know who has enjoyed this book was Matthew Schraper, and he mentioned that in his video, which I really appreciate because I also enjoyed this book a lot. but admitting that I enjoy this book really gave me a huge identity crisis as a reader, because I recognize so many problems in the book, such as there is the stereotype for pregnant woman, and also the stereotype for policemen, and also there are some super unrealistic writings about children's behavior and police behavior. So I recognized like all of that, but I still really enjoyed it. And that got me into questioning my identity as a reader, because I identify myself as a serious reader. So that means if I'm reading a book, I would pay attention to all the problems it has, and I would not enjoy a book that much if it has so many problems. But I couldn't ignore the fact that I really enjoyed Snap when reading it. I feel like the first 80 pages was pretty slow, but after that I got lost in the book and reading and finish it in one sitting. So I just cannot figure it out. Are we still allowed to enjoy a book if we know it's problematic? What book do you consider like is a problematic book? So are you identify yourself as a casual reader, or do you identify yourself as a serious reader? And is there any differentiation between casual reader and also serious reader? And for me, I have a personal goal to be a better book reviewer, so I always thought I would not enjoy a problematic book, but what's really enjoyable and what's not that enjoyable, I got lost in all of the thoughts and I couldn't think that through. Oh, and also there's a concept called guilty pleasure, and I think guilty pleasure is something that you don't feel it's perfect but you still enjoy it. So do you think Snap can count as a guilty pleasure for me? And do you believe in guilty pleasure? And what's your understanding about guilty pleasure? I know it's a lot of questions, but please let me know if you have any ideas about them, because I don't really have people to talk about this kind of questions in my real life, and I really appreciate that BookTube has such a good environment that we can discuss questions like this. So yeah, any ideas are welcome. And also, please let me know if you enjoy this kind of coffee chat. Oh, where's my coffee chat kind of video? I really like coffee, but I'm really bad at like drinking while talking, I think. And which topics do you want to see me to discuss in the future? And do you think this kind of getting more personal video is a good content on BookTube? And what do you expect from them? And I think that's it. So in the meantime, happy reading. See you next time. Bye.